TV. I want to see that. I know my brothers want to see that because we want to scout the champions because it's just a matter of time before we get it.
You got the best seat in the house, ladies and gentlemen, right here as far as we're concerned. The only better seat is right at ringside, and we hope that you will join us.
Nothing like seeing it live, even though it's great on TV. Good forearm. Now he went back to the biting. There's a...
Sawyer, those clubbing forearms. He is as sadistic as anyone I've seen in the squared circle in quite some time, but DiBiase reversing it once again, working on that arm, and Sawyer kicks away.
DiBiase staying with the arm. That shows a smart wrestler. Stay with one hold. Concentrate on a power slam.
That's Sawyer's.
Probably it.
That's it.
1, 2. I don't believe he kicked out. Gilbert was slow. Gilbert is repenting because of his son's actions. DiBiase was beat right then and there. Look at him. He's out on the floor. Why ain't he counting him? Come on, Gilbert.
He is counting. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a legitimate 2 count. Now Sawyer going outside. DiBiase.
Now we'll see who's the man. Runs his back right in that rail. After that power slam, I bet that's a count out. I bet Jimmy the Greek will put good odds on that.
You don't think DiBiase's going to get back in the ring, huh?
Hey, DiBiase's a great scientific wrestler, but when it comes to sheer down meanness, there's only a few of them got it. Buzz Sawyer's got it. Park's not like the bird. Good back leg, you see?
This should be it.
1, 2, he's still power
count. DiBiase in great condition, kicks out, and Sawyer now going to the
lower vertebrae. He's going to work
on the lower vertebrae. I'll get it right.
Yeah, you've been talking a long time. Can you walk and chew bubble gum? He's working on that because that's a sound wrestler. Just like DiBiase stayed with the arm. Once you've got a part of the body hurt, you stick with it, and he's got DiBiase hurt now.
The latest rankings I saw, DiBiase right up there as one of the leading contenders for the UWF Heavyweight Championship. I understand.
Yeah, but who is the champion?
A match has been signed with Bam Bam Gordy and Ted DiBiase. I want to be there for that.
Yeah, well, I want to be there, too, to watch Bam Bam do his thing. I'm so proud of him. I am so proud of him. He's done so well, and he was so nice to spend $100 grand on me and Buddy.
$100,000. He's giving you that money to General Akbar. Looks like a one-man game to me. Had a big part.
Hey, he didn't have nothing to do with it. Bam Bam went all through everybody he had to by himself. What a slap to the head. That'll ring your ears and put you 7 days past Sunday, baby. But Sawyer's hanging with it. There's a right. Didn't have quite enough effect because he's still here. There's a small package. 1, 2. Good power out by Sawyer. See, DiBiase's still hurting. Good legal kick to the gut. Uh-oh. Reverse. 1, 2.
Near fall, almost. Boy, I mean, that was close.
What a match. Back to the bear hug. Standing bear hug. He could take his shoulder. There you go. Drive him down to the mat. That's where you want him. 2. DiBiase's either going to have to bridge or keep his shoulders off the mat, or better yet, stay home.
Well, the power slam was one thing, and when he ran him into that rail, I think that really was the coup de grace as far as DiBiase's lower back was concerned.
What a match here, only in the UWF.
Another tremendous crowd here, ladies and gentlemen, at the Tulsa Convention Center. We hope that you will be with us on our next taping on Sunday, June the 22nd. 7:30 in the Convention Center, but don't wait until then to see the action. Be at your local arena.
That's exactly right. Live, and there's never a bad seat in the house, especially if you just get a chance to look at me or one of my brothers. Now, DiBiase's up to his feet. That could be a mistake for Sawyer. He had him on the mat, and that's where you want your guy, because that's where the match ends. Picked him up, belly to belly. Beautiful move. 1, 2. He should have hooked the leg. Buzz knows better than that. If he'd have hooked the leg, he'd have had him. Both men are fatigued right now, Jim Ross. Nobody knows like me or another wrestler. Whoa, went for the headbutt. DiBiase rolled out. Nobody knows what it's like to be in there, breathing, sweating, going for it. You can watch it, but you don't know what it's like till you feel it. Left jab, all illegal. See, here we go, all illegal. Tommy Gilbert doing nothing about it. There's the right, he knocked him down. All illegal. DiBiase looks like he's going to whip him in the ropes. Elbow right into the throat. See that? Illegal. Illegal.
Looked like it was in the chest to me. DiBiase and Sawyer.
Oh,
DiBiase with his whole power slam.
I can't believe it. 2, 3.
DiBiase's power slam was a coup de grace.
I cannot believe it. Sawyer went for a leap down. DiBiase turned it into a power slam.
Well, you better believe it because it's back. Ted DiBiase, the victor here in the Universal Wrestling Federation. And we'll be back with a trivia contest winner in the UWF Tag Team title matchup right after this. I'm out.
Program
sure that you have seen that we had our first Universal Wrestling Federation trivia contest. And at this time, in just a few moments, we're going to select the winning entry. I want to review the 4 clues that we had in the contest, and I'll also be telling you the identity of the trivia contest here in just a few moments. If you remember, the first clue was his boyhood nickname was Moose. The second clue, early in his career, he wrestled as the Convict. The third clue was his favorite finishing maneuver has felled many wild animals. And finally, the name of his favorite match is the partial title of an award-winning movie. Well, the clue, the man that was called Moose as a young man was Hacksaw Jim Duggan. The award-winning movie that is a partial title to his favorite match is the Coal Miner's Daughter, Coal Miner's Glove match. He did wrestle in the very beginning of his career as the Convict. And the last clue, his favorite finishing maneuver that has also felled many wild animals is, of course, the spear. So Hacksaw Jim Duggan is the correct answer. We received over 1,000 entries per day for 4 weeks. This is all the correct entries that we had, but we had entries from all over the United States, from Puerto Rico, from Hawaii. It was a tremendous response. And I've asked this young lady to, in a few moments, to draw the winning entry from the correct answers. The winner will receive the NWA North American Heavyweight Championship belt that Cowboy Bill Watts wore for over 9 years. Many other top athletes. So the winner will be receiving this trophy, which we hope that they will cherish for a long, long time to come. So now if you will draw the winning card, and we'll tell our national television audience who the winning entry is from. The entry winner is Nancy Loudon from Chanute, Kansas. She lives at 605 South Central in Chanute, Kansas. She had the correct answer, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and we'll be contacting Nancy. Nancy, if you're watching in Wichita, thank you very much for being with us. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the trivia contest, a fine young lady from Chanute, Kansas, and we'll be contacting her soon for her North American Heavyweight Championship belt. I'm sure she'll cherish for a long time to come.
Well, I'm sure she will. It's not like having one of the Freebirds over for dinner, but it's a nice present anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, the UWF Tag Team title matchup is on the horizon. Let's go to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match for the UWF Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers at the combined weight of 480 pounds, the Sheep Herders. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton, the Fantastics, coming out to CZ Top. Dynamite Sound. CZ Top's going to be in this facility in July, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton here to see their buddy Dusty Hill, the guys at CZ Top.
Yeah, well, they're kissing a lot of real pretty girls, aren't they? Boy, there's one. Let's charge her for two tickets. Not the kind of women you see PS in the Birds with.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this match coming up for the Universal Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship. This has got to be, in my opinion, as far as tag team wrestling is concerned, the hottest feud in wrestling today. The Fantastics and the Sheep Herders. There has been more blood spilled in matches involving these two teams than any combination I can remember in recent years.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've been going at it, and the thing they got to do now is they've been in some stipulation matches where some of the rules didn't matter, but they do matter in this because it's a UWF Tag Team title match, and you're going to have to watch your temper or you get disqualified.
And you can see that their fans come in all shapes and sizes and age. They all love the Fantastics, and rightfully so. They're two fine, outstanding young men.
I don't love the Fantastics.
I was talking about the fans, Michael. The fans at ringside love the Fantastics.
Yeah, but who's the UWF champion? Who had the $100 grand? Who's the world six-man champion? Huh? And next week, Terry Taylor's got to defend that TV title, huh?
That's exactly right. Right here on television.
That's right. You know who else is going to be here next week? Bap Bap.
City of Angels with a combined weight of 400
right here. Mike Wilson, the ring announcer, did not get to complete his ring introductions. We said this one was hot. This feud is boiling over, and that drop kick.
Boom.
And Butch Miller had nowhere to go but outside. And they're strutting their stuff, and they are red hot. There's your champions right there.
Maybe right now they're the champions. Now see if the Sheepbirds that attacked them, referee would have been having a fit.
Look at this crowd. It's a big crowd at the convention center in Tulsa.
Liberace clone.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with the balance of this contest. Universal Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship will be on the line. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Well, the first time I came before you, I wanted to be as president of the Universal Wrestling Federation and be able to tell you a lot of fine things, because I know one thing in this area: wrestling is king. And you've watched some of the greatest wrestlers in the country for a lot of years. And the Universal Wrestling Federation wants to bring a lot of top stars that you may not have had the chance to see, or that you've seen, but you haven't seen them, and against the opponents we'll have them against. And all we want you to do, because you love wrestling, is come out and enjoy the event and compare and enjoy and see and root for them. We're going to have Ric Flair, the Road Warriors, the Rock and Roll Express, Wahoo McDaniels, Jimmy Garvin, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the Freebirds. And the first time I probably won't be there in my sport coat and slacks and a tie. I'm going to be there dressed for war. Because they're together. The Russians, the Blade Runners, 4-on-1. They've got to pay some heavy dues.
Thanks for staying with us, everybody. We're back on the Universal Wrestling Federation. The Tag Team Championship on the line.
Good reversal going for the monkey flip. He got it. What a drop kick.
Right to the face, and Miller goes outside once again.
Well, they're going crazy here in Tulsa, and I'll tell you what, it was just like when we were in Memphis. They went crazy there. Mid-South Coliseum. We're going to be back on July 25th. We're going to be in Wichita, Kansas, Freebird Fantasia, and all of UWF on August 1st. 4th, I'm sorry. I'm so excited about this because it's been back and forth since we've been gone at commercial break, folks.
It has, ladies and gentlemen. This is a tremendous contest. Remember, for the UWF Tag Team Championship. And speaking of championship, the UWF Heavyweight Champion Terry Bam Bam Gordy here with us next week. Also,
say it again. It sounds so good.
Also, Terry Taylor will defend the television title here next week. But now let's turn all of our attention to this contest. I mean, it is, as I said, one of the most brutal feuds in wrestling. As Luke Williams, Crazy Luke,
working on that back and working on that gut. And both places have to deal with your breathing. Boom, run that head.
Their matches, they've had some of the wildest matches I've ever seen, and it is far from over.
There's a drop kick. He caught him. Caught him on the back of the head. Not quite a full blow. Luke is back up, but he made the tag. Bobby Fulton come right over the top with his feet. Fired up, use his fist. Goes for a turnbuckle, and boy, did he hit that and hit it with another fist. See that? Went over, hit Butch Miller with the fist. There's a cover. Could be it.
You've got to fight fire with fire in this situation. No doubt about it.
Back to an armbar. I tell you what. Grabbing a wrestling hold with these guys in the matches they've had is quite unusual because they've been wild. There's the legal tag. He's going to leapfrog over his partner and use the weight on the front of that arm.
One of the most popular teams in the history of the Universal Wrestling Federation in Mid-South Sports. They'll also be at the Reunion Arena in Dallas, Texas on July the 27th. It's like their second home. They can't wait to get back there.
Well, I'll tell you what, we run Dallas.
I want to say something right here. Where's Maxine? A match this big, this important, it looks like Maxine would be there. I think she may be just a little bit afraid of Dark Journey.
Well, I don't know if she is, but Bobby Fulton obviously wasn't afraid to come off the ropes there with that elbow. And I told you about that broad. Dark Journey, she's worried about me, and she's worried about Maxine. Maxine, who knows where she is? Who cares? You know, what are you going to do? Take her home or something? There's another. See, good quick tags. This is a title match, and they're going for it. This is momentum. Where these kids are smart. They're small in size, but they're big in heart. Working that armbar. You know, one thing, the wild matches they've had, I'm sure they've got some scars on their heads that wouldn't take much to reopen, Jim Ross.
Oh, they've had some bloodbaths, no doubt about it. And they've got a lot of, they're bandaged up.
Good knees to the stomach there. Well, I'll tell you, you can look at his abdominal cage. He works his abs. He's got a strong stomach. Oh, goodness. Man, that's got to be it. He went for another monkey flip, and he caught that right in the groin. That was his own fault. That was his own fault. He was too presumptuous with his move.
And look at Victor carrying the New Zealand flag. That's somewhat sickening as well.
Well, I think it's sickening that he takes that blood, but that's none of my business. Good backbreaker. Tommy Rogers got to be in agony, too. No. All right. I thought he had it.
Well, I tell you, that was Tommy Rogers is in tremendous condition. If he wasn't, it would be over and we'd have new champions right here.
Well, that goes back to you can look at his stomach and see the abdominal work he does. Good elbow drive. Cover again. Where's the referee? 2. He just lifted a straight shoulder. He's trying to press down. He's bridging up. This is it.
Look at this crowd. USA, USA.
The sheep herders smell victory. They smell it. They know they've got him going. Now they're working that gut that's hurting. He shoots him into the rope. Drives that knee. They've got it. They know it. This should be it again. Go. I see a little bit of blood coming from Butch Miller's head.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have less than 2 minutes to go in this program. I've been notified.
This has been a
Oh, yeah!
knee lift.
What a knee lift! And he planted that thing.
And they're both down.
Crazy Luke gets crazier now, no doubt about it.
He's trying to get up. He better stop it before he makes the tag.
And the tag's made! Yes, sir! The tag is made!
And Fulton's going. He runs him into the corner. Run for a turnbuckle reversal. Fulton hit the turnbuckle. Sleeper hold. There's a sleeper. There goes Butch Miller with a save. Referee didn't catch it. Referee didn't catch it. Now they're in a Pier Sixer. All 4 men in the ring. Fantastic's got the upper hand. Tommy Rogers with some left jabs or a big right. Bobby Fulton over there pounding. There's a dropkick, drove Miller out of the ring. Fulton's down from that knee.
What's he going to the top? That's illegal.
He's going to the top.
You can't come off the top. He got his knees there.
He put his knees up. They're both down. They're both hurt.
And they're battling here for the UWF television title. Miller's busted open again. This was a Donnybrook.
Look at those blows to the head. What a drop kick right to the chin. Bobby Fulton just went over the top rope.
They threw him over the top rope. That should have been a disqualification right there.
He jumped over. He jumped over. They're going for the pile driver.
They smacked him on the floor.
On the floor. I love it. Reminds me of Atlanta and DiBiase. I love it. I'll sleep good tonight.
They've had 3 blatant disqualifications.
Wait a minute. Come on, let's get the count. Get Tommy Rogers out of there. He's
Come on.
supposed to be there. Let's
The
get
referee's not
One.
He didn't
2.
see it.
That's it. We got new champions.
Oh, now this is
We've got
what a
new champions.
miscarriage of justice
Brand new
here.
champions. Oh, boy.
This is
I'll tell you what, only here on the UWF, Jim Ross, we've got brand new champions, and they don't look so sharp dressed now, do they, the Fantastic?
it's not right.
It's not right. What do you mean?
They had 3 disqualifications, Michael. They hit him on the floor. They threw him over the top rope. The referee didn't see it. It's not right.
I'm like, wait a minute. What's Tom? I see Tommy Gilbert running down. Tommy Gilbert's running down to the ring. He's probably going to help Bobby Fulton out because he needs it. There go the sheep herders, newly crowned champions.
Wait a minute.
Wait, what's he
Gilbert
What's he
was
talking
in
about?
the back.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, get out
Wait
of
a minute.
here.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
We're just about out of time, everybody. We'll hold it here as long as we can.
Oh,
The referees are talking it over.
he just feels guilty because his son. Now, this is ridiculous. They won it. That's it. They won it. That's it. No reversal.
Yes, sir. I reversed it, and we're out of time. We'll see you next week, everybody. Yes, sir. We'll see you next week.
How can you give him the belt? He's laid out cold.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting hour, Universal Wrestling Federation. My name is Jim Ross. I'll be your host for the next 60 minutes, and it's my pleasure to have Frank Zusick of the Mid-South Sports staff here with us. And Frank will be speaking with us in a few moments about some upcoming events and some past events that some nonprofit groups and organizations have sponsored that have been tremendously successful. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we just saw some footage, and Frank, you were here last week in attendance. One of the most exciting, Tommy Gilbert conferred with Carl Fergie, and they reversed the decision. The Fantastics are still the UWF Tag Team Champions, but the Sheep Herders are incensed. And ladies and gentlemen, they made a comment about that match. Here are their statements.
Fantastic! You've done it again! You've done it again! The Yankees sitting in there in front of the TV set! They saw us win those Universal Tag Belt
it's quite obvious that the sheep herders are insanely intent on regaining those titles, and to do anything that they have to do is exactly what they will do. Those upcoming matches with the Fantastics will be tremendous, ladies and gentlemen. And we're about ready to do that in just a few moments. Coming up in this hour, the television title, Terry Taylor against Freebird, Terry Bam Bam Gordy in action. We've got a lot more to tell you about, but you've got some great success.
I sure do. I want to thank Coach John McGee. What a successful show they had there. And also the band boosters from the Henrietta, Oklahoma High School, Miss Vera Count. I'll tell you what, those two organizations went out of their money for their organization. For those of you out there that are listening to us and want to have the Universal Wrestling match start, before it's over, I'll give you that number one more time. Call us, give us a call, even if we're in your hometown. We'll come out to your high school, we'll come to your gym, your stadium. We'll come out there and bring these same stars you're seeing right now to your hometown.
In this match for the UWF television title, introducing first the challenger from Bad Street at 234 pounds, Freebird Buddy Roberts. Also in his corner, Freebird Michael Hayes. Now entering the ring, the current UWF television champion from Vero Beach, Florida, Terry Taylor.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. Jim Ross and Frank Dusick with you here in this opening contest. And I want to add that my normal broadcast partner, there you see him, Michael Hayes. Frank was very adamant that he wanted to be at ringside, and I find that just somewhat suspicious because he never misses the opportunity to speak. He gets plenty of opportunity here at this location, but he wanted to be at ringside. It's a little bit fishy, if you know what I mean.
Well, you know, the Freebirds pride themselves in having all the gold. They're the six-man World Tag Team Champions. Terry Gordy's the Universal Wrestling Federation Champion, and they'd like nothing better than for Buddy Roberts to be the Universal Wrestling Federation Television Heavyweight Champion.
Well, they've been on quite a roll. They're also $100,000 richer as a result of Bam Bam Gordy winning the UWF tournament on May the 30th in Houston, Texas.
Well, I'll tell you, that sure is a lot of money, isn't it? You know, I've wrestled against both of these men at one time or another in my career, and if I had to put it, I'd make it a pretty evenly matched, I should say. The edge, of course, always goes to the champion. With Michael Hayes out there, you can never be too sure.
Taylor with a leapfrog and a drop kick. Taylor saw Roberts coming in. That's two drop kicks. Terry Taylor. And drop kick Roberts in the back of the head. Roberts goes out and over.
I don't think he'll call that a disqualification because it wasn't intentional. It has to be an intentional throw over the top rope, Jim, for it to be a disqualification. He didn't mean for that to happen. He caught Buddy Roberts just so. Well, let me put it this way. I don't think he meant for that to happen. You never know with a young man.
Well, that's one way of getting him back in the ring, not very politely, and he certainly won't spring any ankles.
No, sir, not like that. No, I don't think the ankle's what he has to worry about there, Jim.
That lower back took some punishment. And Terry Taylor now. He came here, ladies and gentlemen, set his sights on championships. He's a very goal-oriented young man.
He sure is, and I'll tell you what, he's a phenomenal athlete, well-conditioned. The one thing I always knew about him as a wrestler, he wasn't big, he wasn't particularly strong when you compare him to so many of the big men, but he's in phenomenal condition, and he has a vast knowledge of wrestling, and that makes him a very dangerous opponent.
And he has, I think, one intangible. He has probably the greatest attitude, or as good an attitude as any athlete in professional wrestling today. He loves the sport and loves to compete. As Buddy Roberts, the veteran of the trio known as the Fabulous Freebirds, taking over now on the Universal Wrestling Federation television champion. And Roberts scoop slamming Terry Taylor, and now Taylor is in a very dangerous predicament here. And look at Michael Hayes. You know that Hayes has got a verbal barrage going.
That has to be distracting with Michael Hayes there. You know this Buddy has been further around the cup looking for the handle than most people will ever go in their life. And this is just a sample of the experience right here, Jim. Not many wrestlers would think to tie the young man upside down. You know, right on the chin.
Right on the chin. Terry Taylor's in trouble.
You don't think about it, but hanging upside down, too, all that blood's going to the head. You know, it's possible if he gets him up, squeezes him tight enough, fast enough, he can cause that young man to pass out.
Terry Taylor, though, coming right back, and now Taylor! Yes, sir, a turnabout.
What's good for the goose?
Fair play. Well, the gander is tied up.
He sure is,
Finish that crochet.
He sure is. Terry Taylor needs to take it to him right here. I know the time limit's on his side as a TV champion, but he wants to beat this man. He doesn't want to go the time limit.
One advantage here that Roberts might have, the blood rushing to his head may not affect him like it would a normal human.
Well, I'm not... Oh! Did you see that, Jim? He was over the top rope that time. Gee whiz, he must have gone 6, 7 feet in the air.
And Roberts in a precarious position, very vulnerable here, as Terry Taylor, well-placed kick right to the midsection, and it was a legal blow above the waist.
It was. Hit that lower abdomen area. I'll tell you, that's a tough area for people to work. Your bodybuilders and everyone else will tell you that's one of the toughest parts of the body for you to develop muscle in.
Roberts now turning the tables on Terry Taylor. Remember, everybody, this match is for the Universal Wrestling Federation Television Championship. And coming up later in the hour, the heavyweight champion, Terry Bam Bam Gordy, as we see Freebird Buddy Roberts with a perfectly executed neck breaker to Terry Taylor, the lateral press. Well, it was to be very frank with you at this position.
It was close. It probably would have been for a lesser man, would have been down. The lesser man would have been down and out.
I think Roberts has got a laceration, and from where I can see, it looks like a deep one. He's bleeding from the top of the back of his head. You can see that blood from that hair.
Must have happened when he went over the top rope a few minutes ago, Jim. Yeah, there it is. Well, I'll tell you what, bleeding or not, he sure got the predicament here.
Now we'll see if Taylor can recoup and take advantage of Roberts' injury here. Roberts trying to go. He sure did. And Taylor reflects, and he hit it right on.
I'll tell you what, at this point, it's experience versus youth versus conditioning. We're going to see. Oklahoma hayride. Oh, he kicked. If that had been another minute into the match, he might have got it. Actually, the pile driver. Too high up on the back, Jim. Too high up on the back.
Boy, Roberts is losing a lot of blood. I think you're right, Frank. He went over the top rope and hit his head on the floor or the railing there. Something, because he's really bleeding from the back of Taylor with a chop that just echoes center.
Another sellout crowd. You know, everywhere we go, it's been like that.
Michael Hayes up, inserting himself. Has no business there. And Roberts now rolling up Taylor. Could this be it? Can we have a new champion?
Oh, he ran into it. He hit him. He hit Michael Hayes. That's it, Jim. He's defended it. He's done it.
Taylor powered out it. He pushed Roberts into Michael Hayes and Terry Taylor. There you see the champion.
I'll tell you what, it backfired on my Universal Wrestling Federation. You want Terry Taylor, you want the Freebirds, you want these people in your hometown. Remember this number, 918, the area code, 3668. Fighting. You can have these, as for Scott Munns, you can have these same exciting stars you see right here in your hometown. Area code 918-366-8000, the Universal Wrestling Federation, #1 in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with a Superdome update after this. Time out.
You know that was a rip-off. I know it was a rip-off. What do you call that?
Well, what do you mean, what do I call it? But your man got beat 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Taylor nailed me. He had no right doing that. He had no right doing it
Then you need to take it up with the board of directors, not me. Ladies and gentlemen, the Superdome has come and gone once again. A lot of exciting things happened there. Talk to the board of directors. Let's see the piece from the Superdome.
Rip-off.
Saturday night, June 14th in the Superdome, a great crowd witnessed a truly spectacular event. As usual, fans from all over the U.S. and Japan traveled to the Crescent City to watch what has truly become a tradition in sporting excellence. If you weren't there, you missed a good one.